Hey guys, my name's Star. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I'm just a 34-year-old mom of 3 who loves makeup. And today I thought we would talk about my favorite fall palette. So if that seems like something you're interested in, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I don't have like 10. I think I have 12 because honestly I just couldn't narrow it down to 10 palettes. So the first palette I'm going to talk about, I actually either already have a get ready with me using this up, or it will be up after this video, and it's using this palette to do this look that you see here, and it is the Morphe 35M Boss Mood palette. I talked about how much I love this palette in that video. I talked about how I know people, aren't huge Morphe fans, but this is a good, solid palette from them. You've got your cranberry tones, your pinker tones, your green tones. You got some neutrally brown tones. I love the greens and the oranges in this palette the best, but these cranberry tones are good as well. There's some swatches. And I've used this every fall since I've got it. I think I've had it 2 or 3 years now. And I just love it. I love doing the, green crease with a fun pop of different color on the eye. I love doing an orange crease. So I really love this palette. I recommend it. It's really affordable. I don't think Morphe's a terrible brand, so that's just my 2 cents on that. The next, perfect fall palette, in my opinion, is the Ace Beauté Flare palette, and it looks like this, and it is a fun color story. I think I've talked about either this palette or another Ace palette in some previous videos, but guys, it's just gorgeous. This color pumpkin right here and this color saffron, oh my God, they are so perfect for the fall. And some of these blues down here could easily transition you into winter depending on what color looks you're into in the fall. I mean, the winter. So I'm into more cool tones, and then blues, and then I love doing green and red looks together, or silver and gold looks, around Christmas time. So that's, can easily start your transition into winter. And the next palette is the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette. This is the original one. It's the only one I bought because I thought the extra spicy and the pumpkin spice, they just weren't up my alley color story wise, and this one is gorgeous. I considered buying the new one. What is it? The Cinnamon Swirl. But to be honest, all the swatches, those are all browns with 2 purple pink colors. This is my favorite color in this palette. And actually, I think they have one in the Cinnamon Swirl that looks like this, a pinky gold duochrome. So I don't know. I did buy the liquid lip, but I don't know if I'm going to buy the Cinnamon Swirl palette. I actually need to go into Ulta and look at it to see. And I don't know if you guys can get this one anymore, but if you have it, pull it out because it's a good fall, and this one can transition into winter easily too. So especially these tones over here. And then this one, I would use all of those in the winter. So, all right. The next palette is, I remember when this one came out, it was a huge controversy. And it is my Anastasia Subculture palette. And guys, look at how beat up this is. So I have pan in 1, 2, 3 shades, and then I'm going to hit it in 2 more. I use this every fall. This, I think, is the reformulated version. I think I got this I don't know if I got this at TJ Maxx or not. But I didn't buy this when it first came out. And I actually didn't know if this one was reformulated when I got it. Some of the colors can be tricky to work together, but it's like a color theory thing. You have to know about color theory to actually get this stuff to work. So some of these blend well together. Some of them don't. Usually what I do is I won't put more than 2 of these on my crease and then a lid shade. Or if I do a lid shade, it could be matte. It's not the easiest to work with. I'm not going to lie, but the Color Story is perfect. And it makes it all worth it. And to be honest, if they came out with a Color Story like this from another brand that blended better, I'd buy it. I think one of those dupe brands tried to dupe this. I never bought that palette because, like I said, I can make this one work. So, but if you have that palette, I can't remember. I think it was Bad Habit, which they're not around anymore. I'm pretty sure they're Alter Ego now. But anyway, the next palette is my Viseart Dark Edit palette. This is fairly newer to me. I don't want to like lead you guys on and say I've used this like a ton of times. I think I've used it 3 or 4 times. But the Color Story in here screams fall to me. And I love Viseart's formula, even though I've only used this 3 or 4 times. Their formula is similar to all the other Viseart palettes that I have. Is this one that I like? I'm going to recommend you guys go out and grab right now. I probably should use it more before I recommend that. So I'm not, but I am saying that these are the palettes that I love for fall. And I can't wait to, this I just got, like I said, so I didn't pull it out last fall, but I can't wait to pull it out this fall. So, and if you guys want, I mean, I can keep you updated on this, whether or not I think it's like worth it. But like I said, I think the quality is going to be pretty much like the other ones. The next palette is the Dose of Colors Cutting Edge. I got this, I don't know, when did it come out? The beginning of this year, the end of last year or something. I got it when it came out. I love this Color Story. It is very similar to the next palette I'm going to talk about, but I can't get enough like green palettes. Like, if you guys know, greens, oranges, those are my thing. Fall is where I shine. Like, I think I told somebody the other day, like, I can't wait for fall weather. I live in, like, Georgia in the South, so we're not going to get fall until, like, October. But it doesn't matter. I can't wait till I can actually wear my fall outfits because that's where my wardrobe shines. The rest of the year, I just look like a homeless person. So, but anyway, I love this. The shimmers are very pretty, and the mattes are very creamy. And I had a whole bunch of these in the matte formula. I got rid of them, not because the formula wasn't good, but because I never used them. This is the only one I kept because I thought it was a, like, whole palette. I mean, I very rarely do an all matte eye. And with those, I would, but it wasn't because I didn't want a shimmer on my lid, because I'm just a shimmer lid, person. And it would have been great to have for, like, my singles, but I just had so many I didn't need them. But I stuck around and hung on to that because I love it for fall. This one, the Cladio's Sci-Fi Green Palette. Like I said, it sort of looks like the Cutting Edge palette from Dose of Colors, although this one has, like, a black. But I love this palette. I love their formula. Their formula in shimmers is, like, it's just... My favorite Cladio's palette is obviously the Angelica Nyqvist palette. She did the Club Nebula. You can't get that anymore. And a lot of those shimmers were topper shades. The ones in here are actually opaque. But guys, I love this. And I love their packaging. And I love that it's small. I've, like, really been getting into, like, smaller eyeshadow palettes lately. Which is weird because usually I am a big... Like, I like big eyeshadow palettes like this Morphe one because I like a lot of different options. But the next palette is the ColourPop Whatever palette. And this is more your cranberries and, like, your browns and then a couple bronzes. There is a glitter in here. I love glitter in palettes. I feel like I need to say I don't mind glitter in palettes as much as everybody else is like, I can't stand glitter in palettes. Because some of us actually like glitter in palettes. Some of us want just that extra pop, and we don't want to have to go into, like, a million other things to find the pop. So I don't mind that ColourPop does glitter in palettes. So, and this one right here is like a Super Shock. And it's so pretty. Am I focusing? But Anyway, I love this. And you can get your hand on the, like, I think ColourPop for Labor Day weekend is actually having like a 25% off sale on stuff. So you could actually pick this up. Although when you see this, I doubt it'll be Labor Day because I don't think this is going to go up for another couple of days. But they always have sales. I mean, they did one like 2 weeks ago before this one. So I wouldn't rush out to buy it. But if that is a color story you're interested in, then I would definitely pick it up. The next, I remember when this came out, everybody talked about this. And I didn't like it at first. When I got it, I was like, I don't understand the hype. But as I used it more, absolutely love this palette. And it is the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. And it looks like this. And I love this for a neutral fall eye. This is a palette I will wear to work so that I can get my fall eye look in, but still be work appropriate. My favorite shade in this whole palette is Royal Highness. It looks like the most boring shade, but it does something on your eye that makes you look just amazing. I can't recommend it enough. I don't know, did they discontinue that? I think it's still around. But if you have this, pull it out because it's fun. I mean, you got the Papa Orange, you got some of your berry tones, you got a like inner corner shade. It's so pretty. So I love this palette. And I'm trying to get it back. All right, there we go. All right, so the next palette, if you watched me rank my Juvia's Place palettes, you know this was ranked #1, and with good reason, and it is the perfect fall palette. I am talking about the Juvia's Place Tribe palette. This is not on the website all the time, but occasionally they'll randomly put it back on and sell it, and then it'll go away again. But if you guys ever see this back on their website, run and get it. This is one that I am 100% recommending, telling you, like, you need this if you can get it. So I love the colors in here. I love the way they blend. This matte formula from Juvia's, I know we talked about Juvia's Place mattes being sort of dry. Not in this palette. No, they are so creamy. They are so buildable. They are very pigmented. Blends perfect. Like, just love it. I just love it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go crazy right there. Once again, we have another green palette. Guys, do you see a trend in, like, what I go for? I go for the same stuff always. And that is the Gimme Glow Juicy Olive palette. Once again, all greens. Grungy greens. Love them. Let me swatch these metallics for you. Guys, I'm going to put it on. Look. Oh my gosh. Is that not the prettiest thing you've ever seen in your life? So, I'm not going to lie. Gimme Glow's matte formula. It's not my favorite. Greens don't usually give me a problem and stuff, but like that Vivid Rose palette that they had, those mattes, they blended horribly. This one blends fine, but be careful with their mattes. But if you're looking for amazing metallic-y shimmers, Gimme Glow is where it's at all day long. 100% recommend any of their metallic shades. So, but be careful with their mattes if you're buying like singles. And if you're buying these palettes, just be aware mattes sometimes aren't the easiest to work with. But this particular palette is really good. Their grunge palette is really good. That was one that I put if I could only keep 10 eyeshadow palettes. Star, get it out. So yeah, but like that Vivid Rose palette was not, it wasn't where it was at. But this one, yes. So, love this. All right, and my last palette is from Midas Cosmetics. I am going to, guys, I can't talk today. I'm going to let you guys know, this is not my favorite formula for indie brands, but I love this color story. I can make it, work fine. It looks beautiful on the eyes. That is why I'm putting this in here. But some of you may love Midas Cosmetics formula. So, this is the High Times palette. And it has so many pretty colors. It's got these greens. It's got these more fall warm tone color, you know, the orange, and then this deepening up green. It's got this deep green. It's got this pretty burgundy shade, a nice mustard. It has a bright green for like a fun pop along with this one. And then it's got these two very like gray toned neutrals in here. You got like a taupe shimmer and then a gray matte, and that can pull you into winter. It would be fun to do around Halloween. I know like grays and blacks are like real fun to do during Halloween. So, but their shimmers are not bam, like metallics, like the Gimme Glow that I just showed you were. I don't even think they're as good as the Tribe by Juvia's Place, but they're good. They're just like a standard like shimmer. Like there's nothing like extremely special about it. Their mattes are nice. They blend fine, but they're just like standard mattes to me. There's nothing wrong with this palette. It's just not my favorite indie brand formula. It's not even like a favorite from like mainstreams. It's just, it is what it is. But I have this, and I think I have the Lemonade palette from them too. I like them. I'll keep them. It's not, there's no reason to declutter it. It's not my favorite, but these are like fall palettes that I use all the time. Like I want to stress this. I'm not saying you should go buy all of these. I'm just showing you what's in my collection that I have that I like to use during fall. If you could only purchase one or two, I would definitely, if you can get your hands on the Tribe palette, like purchase this one. And if not, my next, like, I like the Flare palette. Now, they just reformulated. I have no idea what their reformulation is like. I couldn't tell you. And I know a lot of people didn't like the original Ace Beauté, like, formula. So, I mean, I can't, like, personally recommend the reformulated stuff because I have no idea what it's like. But I love the color story in this, and I think the palette is good. It blends. The shimmers are perfect. So, that one. And then I would probably recommend the Juicy Olive palette. So, those are the ones that I would, like, recommend you go get. And then the rest of them, just pull them out if you got them. Or, I know lots of people like duping with their singles and stuff. I don't really do that. So, but anyway, so those are my top palettes for fall. I want to know from you guys, what are your favorite fall palettes to use? Do you like any of the ones I have here, or some of the ones I've shown here just like you hate it? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Either way, it helps me know what you guys want to see. And just remember, makeup is meant to be fun. It's not meant to be judgmental. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.